All right, so let's see. Do you actually lose your character if you die in hardcore? Let us see what happens here, guys. And we do indeed lose our character. Okay, now we know. Do not die in Echoing Nightmares. Everyone, so I get a lot of questions about how we're going to do Echoing Nightmares on hardcore. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to actually do it on hardcore and of course be 100% safe and not risk dying at all. So I just made this character in about 10 minutes or so on the PTR. A very low geared character, of course. I have a few ancients like a weapon, then a chest piece, but most of it is pretty standard stuff. And as you can see, I'm also only 700 Paragon. It's a character you could basically make on day 1, 2, or 3 of the season, of course, depending on how much you play. And even on a character with just like this, you know, 12k main stat, 600 Paragon, just a few ancient, you can still blast really high in Echoing Nightmare and of course reach the 150s and not risk dying at all. So the first thing we do is, of course, we go in, we just pop the channeling and the conduit straight away because they actually do nothing in terms of scaling. So you might as well just click them straight away from the start. It's basically a conduit. The channeling you can hold on to, but I just click both of them at the same time. You go in and of course this will work for any build, guys. It's not just Demon Hunter. The Demon Hunter and the Monk will be the best for this from what I've tested so far, but any build, any class can of course do this tactic. So we just start blasting and we of course quickly rise to the current tiers going up quite high. And already now we have reached tier 118 and it's already of course going to give us the max skill augment. But we also want to make sure we go as high as we can up until 150 because that's where you get the max XP. So basically before you do any of this, guys, make sure of course that you have a follower with the relic so they cannot die and you have a flavor of time so you get double duration pylon. It is very important to have 2 minutes of shield, so get that before you do anything. And of course also the cheat death spell from the follower itself. So I'm just blasting this. Of course we took the power at around 120 or so and now things are starting to get scary, right? But we're also on tier 140. If the cap is 150 but we're already at 140 with such a low geared character, as you can see, it is not going to be difficult at all to get to 150. Maybe in a week or so into it, you're going to get so much Paragon from these that you're going to get to Paragon 2000 in just a few days of playing this, since you're literally going to get 14-15 trillion XP an hour while farming these. So it's not going to be an issue at all. And once it starts getting scary, right, once things get too much health, there are too many monsters, or you proc your cheat death, all you do is you go over, click the shield. Now you have 2 minutes where you cannot die. And then when you click the shield, just go AFK. Do not try and kill anything more. You don't want anything to happen. The safest way is just click the shield when it gets scary and then just wait. As you can see, what I did is I took off my quiver, so I despawned all my sentries. That's of course only a thing for a Demon Hunter to do because the sentry will keep firing automatically. But for any other build where you are doing the damage, just go AFK. Just wait until the timer runs out. As you can see, that is a tier 149. On a completely fresh character. You can make this character on day 1 of the season, guys. 600 Paragon, 1200 main stat. Just play it safe, guys. It is not an issue at all. And of course also level 25 main gems. And yes, there are a few ancients, there are a few augments, but getting of course the first few augments won't be an issue at all. So making this character on day 1 or 2 of the season won't be a problem. Just play it safe. Just of course click the shield when it gets scary. And of course, as you can see, we got a ton of Paragon from that. So do that a few times, right? Play it safe the first maybe 20-30 times to do this. And then suddenly you'll be at 1500, 2000 Paragon, and then you will get to tier 150 every time, guaranteed. You will just have to play it a bit smarter than you can on softcore. So let me show you again. This is the one just after. As you can see, we have the same Paragon, we have the same gear, everything is the same. And we're of course just gonna try this again and see if we can actually do this consistently. And it wasn't just that at one time we got lucky with the mobs or anything like that. So we get anywhere between 120 and 130, of course depending on your damage, and then you click the power to get more damage so you can kill the waves quicker. You don't want to get overwhelmed early. So you see this one, I had to press the shield at about 135, but it will still cap out to a 140 or so tier when the timer runs out. So it's still really solid, really efficient. And as you can see, we do it again. We of course get a new map, a new mob type. We are still under 800 Paragon. We have the same gear on and we're just blasting this. I'm at 145 right now and I still have the shield and it's still really, really solid. It's super safe and I can just click the shield whenever I feel like. Just make sure, guys, if you want to play it safe while do this in hardcore, when you press the shield, just don't do any damage. If you try and kill more, yes, you could get a few additional tiers, but you also risk the fact that you might kill too much that your shield will run out. So it is, in my opinion, not worth it to try and actually kill more after clicking the shield. Simply just go AFK and be happy with the current tier that you're going to land on. And as you can see by this clear here, I actually get over 150. I get to 151 and it's just super easy, barely an inconvenience, and it is super safe, no risk at all of dying. So do this tactic here, guys. That is how you do it for hardcore. And I'm going to be blasting hardcore solo Sylphant as well for this season myself, of course. So I'm going to be using this tactic every day, just blasting these. Make sure to watch this video here to check out my other season 26 PTR stuff, and I'll see you in that video. Peace out, everyone.